The TVL, that's total value locked of Kava, has gone up 61% in the last 30 days. It's therefore not very surprising to see that its price has also increased 60% in the same span of time. In fact, Kava hit a new all-time high for the second time in just a few months, $8.84. That was hit 4 days ago at the time of this recording. So what is next for Kava? To answer that question, let's zoom out a bit. Kava, as you can see, is sitting at a market cap right now of $626 million. And so technically it's still below $1 billion, which does make it a low market cap crypto project. In fact, if you take a look at some of the similar players out there in the DeFi space, such as Compond, such as Maker, and such as Aave, these all occupy a market cap somewhere in the $2 to $3 to $4 billion range. So does this make Kava an undervalued DeFi gem that still has a lot of upside price potential? Or are the risks associated with Kava just too high? And would you be better off cashing out now? What about the Kava Swap launch? This is happening imminently on the 30th of August. How is this going to affect the price of Kava, and what's our action plan for the project? In this video, we're going to break it all down and let you know exactly what you need to be ready for. Hey guys, welcome. I am Maddie and we are Altcoin Buzz, a crypto investing research company. We were early investors in dozens of crypto projects that made us 100x profits. And to ensure that you don't miss out on the next big altcoin gem, be sure to like, subscribe to Altcoin Buzz, also hit the bell to receive notifications. That way you are alerted every time we put out a new video. And as a reminder, in this video, we are only sharing our opinions and our personal action plans. This should not be misconstrued as financial advice. All right, let's talk a little bit about Kava. Basically, it's a platform that combines the capabilities of Maker DAO, a stablecoin minting platform, and Aave, which is a lending and borrowing platform. But actually, this is all about to change with Kava Swap, which is basically like a cross-chain Uniswap. And that cross-chain swap component was kind of the missing piece to truly build an integrated DeFi infrastructure. Here is basically why we think Kava is undervalued right now. Let's have a look at the MC over TVL ratio. If you've never heard of this metric before, it's actually available for every major project. It's market cap over total value locked. In the case of Kava, as you can see, it sits currently at 2.11. And we at Altcoin Buzz have spent a lot of time combing through the metrics available to us on CoinGecko and similar sites, trying to determine if there are some less celebrated indicators that are useful, metrics and statistics that are out there that may shed some light on whether or not a project is going to be successful in the future. And we recently found out that this MC over TVL metric is one that definitely provides useful information as to whether or not a project is undervalued. In our experience, an MC over TVL ratio below 1 indicates that a project is severely undervalued. So as I mentioned a moment ago, Kava currently sits at 2.11. So it's not quite undervalued to that extent, but let's dig into this a little bit further. We're here on tokenclan.io taking a deeper look at the trend as per this market cap over TVL ratio. We're actually presented with the inverse here. So this figure, if you take a look at, for example, the 20th of August, we see a ratio of 0.52. So they take the inverse of that fraction. Instead of market cap over TVL, 0.52 would represent TVL over market cap. So in the case where this metric here is declining, as you can see between the 20th and the 23rd of August, that actually, if you take the inverse, of course, for those that are mathematically inclined, you're going to actually experience a higher market cap over TVL ratio. And that's where we saw a few days ago, for example, MCAP over TVL wasn't 2.11, it was closer to 2.2, 2.3. So that was this rising trend. Now in these last few days since the 23rd of August, you can see that we're on a declining trend. So MCAP over TVL went from about 2.3 to 2.2 to 2.1, and then the corresponding metric here, which is TVL over MCAP, is going to increase. Again, it's the inverse of that fraction. So this would indicate that Kava is trending towards being an undervalued asset, which also indicates that you have less of a risk of losing money should you choose to invest in Kava. at least potentially, and that's a good thing. Here we are on kava.io, and I will get out of the way to give you guys a better view of the website. So as you can see, there's some very high APYs, and ease of lending and borrowing is also an important feature. Kava has engaged with over 250,000 users and has processed over $100 million in loans. So with Kava Swap, you have single users, individuals like yourself, like myself. You also have trading platforms, and you have institutions that are getting into Kava Swap. The idea is that you're going to be able to exchange assets across blockchains. That means Kava staking, USDX minting will increase, and this is likely to have a positive effect on the Kava price after all. Kava has also already successfully delivered 2 cross-chain products, Kava Protocol and Hard Protocol. Since both of these products were already very well received by their users, this kind of sets a standard for us and a certain kind of precedence, and gives us confidence that Kava Swap is going to be launched successfully. And of course, beyond the launch, we also feel that it's going to do very well and succeed in the future. Kava announced its incentivized testnet in July of 2021. During 7 days of testnet, over 37,000 accounts registered and won collectively over $120,000. But Kava Swap testnet was not just about the distribution of rewards. It actually stress tested Kava Swap for the actual users, and the results were impressive. Kava Swap processed 225,000 transactions during those 7 days. The only issue that users really faced was with the Wallet Connect bridge, but that was also quickly resolved. And this means that when Kava Swap rolls out on August 30th, it's already got a built-in base of users that have familiarized themselves with the product, and they can start earning high yield right away. They can really hit the ground running. And of course, that familiar user base is likely to have a positive impact on the price of Kava. In addition to the native yield, Kava Swap users will be able to earn swap tokens, the governance token, and they'll be able to earn those tokens in 3 separate ways. Number 1, you get a percentage of the trading fees just like you would on Uniswap. Number 2, by staking Kava. And number 3, with airdrops. A massive 1 million swap token airdrop was recently conducted successfully during the testnet. So we feel very strongly that these 3 reasons are going to lead more people towards the use of Kava Swap. That also means more people staking Kava. And so once again, it's our opinion that this will have a positive effect on the price of Kava. When Uniswap's Uni went live, one could either earn it by using the Uniswap platform, or could buy it on Uniswap, or could wait to receive it via airdrops. However, there was no early buying opportunity. Fortunately, it's going to be different with Kava Swap because Kava will be conducting a swap token IEO. That means an early and cheap swap token investment opportunity. Now, at the time of this recording, we don't know on which platform the IEO will be conducted. Our best guess would be Binance, and that's because Kava conducted its earlier IEOs on Binance. If you're aware of the swap token IEO details as this story continues to develop, do be sure to share them with your fellow members of the Altcoin Buzz Army in the comments below. Uniswap minted 1 billion Uni tokens when the token went live. For Swap Token, the initial minted amount is going to be 250 million, which is 1/4 of the initial Uni supply. This relatively low supply suggests that even if Swap generates a modest or low amount of interest, you still have a smaller supply, and so the price action is going to be magnified just mathematically, because versus Uniswap, for example, you're only talking about 1/4 of the tokens. This could result in upward price movement. So that's all well and good for Swap, but how exactly is that going to impact the price of Kava? Well, here's how it all comes together, because if the price of the Swap token performs well, then people are going to want to earn more Swap, and they can easily do so by staking more Kava. So as a result, more Kava will be staked, at least in theory, which would lead to a supply squeeze and an upward trajectory for the price of Kava. Let's talk about risks for a moment. And to the best of our knowledge and research, there's only one major risk which we ought to consider. However, it's one that needs to be addressed. A closer look at the performance of USDX suggests extreme volatility. And as you can see based on the chart here, it's fallen at times even as low as about 67, 68 cents. So that's a decrease that represents almost a 50% loss. So why would somebody want to mint a stable coin on Kava if it fails the entire purpose of Kava's existence? This is a major problem for Kava. However, Kava Swap could fix this because the demand for USDX would increase, which would theoretically improve the stability of USDX. However, in our opinion, this kind of represents an indirect fix. We would genuinely love to hear from the Kava team and enter into a discussion as to how they intend to solve for this problem. So if perhaps one of you guys are listening, please be sure to reach out and be sure to comment as well as per this issue in the comments below. There exists a secondary risk with Kava, but it's much more minor. Kava is a new blockchain built on Cosmos SDK, and currently there is no bridge to Ethereum. If you hold Ethereum or ERC20 tokens and you want to use Kava, you currently cannot do so. And so Uniswap has a big advantage over Kava in this regard, as it was built on Ethereum. Therefore, it did not require any bridge for its users to start using Uniswap. For Kava, this may prove to be a challenge. However, we do feel that this will be resolved in the future. Okay, and to wrap things up, let's take a look forward at the potential price movement for Kava based on this analysis of Fibonacci levels. Currently, Kava is trading at about $7.70, which is just below the 0.786 Fibonacci zone. So, if it can break above that resistance and continue with some momentum, we could see a move towards $9.01, $11.25, and even $14.87. And that would represent a greater than 60% upward move. As far as we can see, at that current price of $7.70, this is a relatively good entry point in our opinion, and we would look to take profit at the $14 mark. The whole of the market seems to be retracing at the moment, so we'd put a stop loss at about $7.20, but you may want to go even lower at the $6.78 mark and even $6.25. These could potentially be good entries if the market continues to slip. Aave, MakerDAO, and Uniswap. These projects have established that there is huge demand right now for borrowing, for lending, and for stablecoin minting, as well as token swaps. And so with Kava Swap, Kava is going to be able to bring all of these DeFi capabilities under one roof with cross-chain functionality. Now, despite some of those risks that we mentioned earlier in this video, it does look like Kava is turning into a kind of one-stop shop for DeFi in cryptocurrency's future, and this is huge. Guys, let us know what you think about Kava Swap, the future of Kava. Be sure to check out our other videos which are popping up right about now. Best of luck if you choose to invest. As always, stay safe, and we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.